Hello, my name is Grace Ademola Adenle. I'm a product designer, specifically a UX designer. And last week, we spoke about who does what in software. And in short, we actually had an interactive session sometime on Saturday. That was like a couple of days ago. And then it was with people that are trying to get into tech, and it was quite fun. So I'd probably upload some clips of that later on. Well, I have a passion for tech education, specifically design education, and that's what actually inspired this channel, inspired this whole talk. So today we'll be talking about how to choose what to do in software. So since we spoke about who does what in software the other day, now we're going to be talking about how to choose what to do. So should you make your choice based on profits, or basically how much you earn, or should you make your choice based on interest, what you're interested in, or should you make your choice based on the direction of the industry? So basically we'll be talking about that. So the video about who does what in software is actually on YouTube on this channel, and then it's also on LinkedIn, I think. So it's available for replay, and I'll be uploading all the upcoming videos that we have on software or tech education, specifically design, going forward on this channel. So today, so the first thing for us to talk about is what are the different paths or pathways in software. How do I choose? Should I choose being a front-end developer, or should I say I'm a back-end? Should I go to back-end development, or should I say UX design or product management, or should I even say DevOps? There are so many things. So let's quickly run through the different paths we have in software. So firstly, we have front-end developers. So well, that's actually a very popular one, and basically these are people that write codes that run in web browsers. So this group of people use programming languages such as HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Again, we talked about that quite a lot actually in the last session. So we talked about that a lot. So the other programming languages that a front-end developer would use as some popular buzz programming languages, or what we call frameworks such as React.js, Vue.js, and so many others. So that's basically a front-end developer. If you need more information on that, I'll probably put some links in the comments. So the other thing is that I'd like to note is that many people think that UX design is a part of front-end development. In short, you'd see a number of job descriptions that will specifically say that they want a front-end developer that also designs, or they would say they want a designer that understands writing code. So I have to specifically say that those two are completely different pathways. They're completely different roles in software development. So now, having talked about front-end developers, I'd like to talk about mobile engineers now. So mobile engineers are basically the ones that build mobile apps, like such as Facebook app or Instagram app, or all this kind of apps. So people that write the parts that you can interact with are the mobile engineers. So basically they do work similar to the front-end developer, but these ones are they write specifically codes that run on mobile apps. Okay, so such as Android, iOS, those are the popular two OSs. So now the third one I want to talk about is game developers. So these are game developers are basically people that write game softwares, right? Okay, so all those games that run on phones or on TVs or anywhere. So those are game developers. So some people actually sit down to write the codes for those games. Some people built it up. So that's that. Then we have backend developers. So using the same analogy I used in the last video, these are people that kind of, we'll say they write the engine. They write the engine of the software or for the application. So this will write the code that interact with the database and all those kind of things. Yeah. Then now we have data scientists. I think that's the fifth one, if I got my counting right. Yes. So we have data scientists. Data scientists are basically masters when it comes to machine learning or artificial intelligence and all those kind of things. So these are people that study algorithms, they study patterns in data, and then use that to predict what's going to happen in the near future or in the future. So the number six one, they are QA. The ones I want to talk about now are QA. That's basically quality assurance slash, or we can call them test or testers, or we can call them automation engineers. So these people are people that find bugs in software applications. So people that actually check these codes before they actually go out into deployment, or before they go into production, what we call production or deployment. These are testers. These are quality assurance engineers. So there's a lot of work into that. So let me go ahead. Then we have full stack developers. So if you've heard full stack developer, that's simple. It's just someone that writes front end and back end codes. So that's who a full stack developer is. So someone that understands the both of them, that writes both the engine and write what users interface, the codes for what user interface is in the front. Okay, so we have the last one that I want to talk about, which is I think number 8, I think. So that's UX designer. So UX designer, such as myself, are people that that focus on the interaction between humans or the users of an application and the products themselves and the everyday products that you use, such as mobile apps or web apps. So basically the UX designer or user experience designer is someone that focuses on the interaction that the users, that's people that use the product, have with the products themselves. So this group of people, like, they study, they research. So there are actually a lot of disciplines or fields involved with UX design, and they include psychology, business, market research, design, and technology. So design, which is like, when we say design itself, which is like you drawing stuff and the pretty parts that people look at, is just a part of what the UX designer does. But we're not going into details of that today. So now the question is, how do I know which one I should be, right? So the first thing is that, let me clear that you don't make such a choice based on profit or money. So such a choice is less about what's more profitable, and it's more about your interest. So how much does your personal interest, your personality, and where you want to see yourself in the future, how much does that align with the choices that are available, like such as some of the ones I've already mentioned. So I would list a number of things I noted down for how to make a choice. So the first one is for programming. So some of the questions you should ask yourself include: are you an analytical person? Are you logical? Are you curious? Are you someone that is curious about how the engine of applications work? Or are you someone that is curious about, like, codes? Are you a mathematical person? Do you enjoy hitting your head basically on solving problems? Or are you someone that you call yourself a dogged person? Then what you should do is programming. So programming is for you, and that's front end, back end, and game development, and all those kind of things. Now the next question, this is for designers now. So the question you should ask yourself include: are you empathetic? Are you someone that likes to feel what people feel about basically feeling what your users are feeling, of how they do they really enjoy using the app? Do you ask those kind of questions? So are you empathetic? Or are you someone that is curious about whether users enjoy these tech products or not? Are you someone that enjoys researching and talking to people? I'm repeating that. Are you someone that doesn't mind being criticized? Yeah, that's also important. So if you fall into this category, then UX design may be for you. Now the last one I want to talk about are QA, test, automation engineers. So those are people that test products. So the question for you is: do you like checking if something is correct, or do you like checking if stuff are spot on? Are you basically a perfectionist? Yeah. So for people that like things a certain way and all those kind of things, and you're interested in tech, then maybe being a QA / tester / being an automation engineer may be for you. So those are the ones I'm going to cover. If I missed anyone that you're interested in, you can easily just comment and just ask, and I'll respond. Okay, so before I wrap up, so I'd like to reiterate that other things like profit and the direction of the tech industry are things that are fickle and things that change. They are more like buzzing things that could easily fluctuate. So you shouldn't base your career choice on such kind of things, because for instance 10 years ago there was no UX design, but then even way before, when Apple became Apple, when Steve Jobs was there, UX design has always been there. So, and UX design is still here right now. So, and that's so many years. So my point is basically that you should align your interest and your career vision or your career goal. What kind of place do you like to work in the future? What kind of applications do you want to be building? What are your personality? Am I someone that's laid back? I don't like talking to people? All those kind of things. So those are kind of questions you should ask yourself. So lastly, so if you're trying to get into technology, I'll just say that the first 3 people to show interest will get some sort of free consultation. So I'll post a link somewhere down there, and then you can fill it and just show your interest. So somewhere in the box you should fill the form and say, well, I'd like to be invited into the session. So there's going to be a session for people that are interested in getting into technology and don't know how to do it. So, and that'll be that. So now next week, or the next session, I'm hoping to make this a weekly thing. I'm really hoping I'll be able to be very consistent. So next week we'll be talking about before you dive in. So before you dive in, when I'm saying dive in, I'm talking about design now. So because I'm a designer, so right now I'm a designer, so I'd like to delve deeper into design. So before you dive in, basic introduction to UX design. That's going to be the title. I don't know if I'll change it. I don't know if I'll change the title, but well, that's what the title is going to be about. So I think we are done with this. Again, if you have questions, feel free to comment. If you think this is going to be useful to someone, tag them, share the link, like and subscribe to my channel, my budding channel, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.